Hello everyone, today's construction day 89.
All right, so today we're going to do the update intro from our truck. We've been very busy today. We've been running around from store to store, had many errands to run, and so we figured we'll do the intro right here from the truck as we pull up to the job site. So today's main discussion is about cost of building materials in the Philippines. I mean, just amazed. We went to 3 hardware stores today, and I have some notes here that I took, and I just want to share some of the prices. It's just amazing. So you know, to build a home here in the Philippines, typically you find a contractor and he gives you a contracted price per square meter, and then he buys all the building materials and builds your home. And then there's certain upgrades that if you want you know, better tile, or you want, you know, better cabinets, he'll give you an allotment of what he feels the cabinets should cost at the contractor level, and then you just pay the difference, which we've done that several times now with our contractor. But I'll look at my notes here. I'm going to use the pandemic as kind of like the fulcrum. So it's pre-pandemic and then now, but we'll call it post-pandemic. So construction costs here was about 15,000 to 20,000 pesos to build a home here per square meter. Not anymore. And you guys know we're going to be doing a budget video going over all the prices with you guys when the build is done, and we'll disclose all our prices that we paid for everything. So we were kind of in between because we got on the road right when domestic travel opened up, and we tried to get the land purchased to get under contract, knowing that inflation was looming and that there was going to be a bunch of foreigners pouring into the country once they lifted international travel. So I think we did a good job of trying to get ahead of it as much as we could. So 15,000 to 20,000 pesos per square meter pre-pandemic. Now, just talking to the contractor the other day, is he won't touch a home for less than 30,000 pesos per square meter. And if it's a 2-story, you're talking like 40,000 pesos per square meter. So look at the jump in price just in a year and a half, 2 years. So pretty amazing. Some other costs. The tile that we picked out, that we purchased not too long ago, was 215 pesos per piece. Today we saw it in the hardware store for 230, so it went up 15 pesos per piece. Sand delivered to the property, again, pre-pandemic, was 600 pesos per cubic. Now it's 950 pesos per cubic. Gravel for mixing the cement, 4,000 pesos a load. Now it's 7,000 pesos a load delivered. Amazing. I threw in diesel just because you know, I use diesel every day to get up to the work site unless I'm using the scooter. When I first bought the truck, it was 56 pesos per liter. Today is 80. So it's just amazing how the cost has really risen, and I don't know how we're all going to handle it. You know, every country is dealing with inflation, and I'd hate to have to start a home build right now. And I'm sure people who are just finishing up their home build, or have finished up their home build, say 6 months ago or a year ago, is probably saying the same thing. Probably saying, how is Greg dealing with all those prices right now? So it's definitely challenging, but you know, there's no stopping us now. We have to get it done. A little bit about land, the prices of land going up, and this is just rough numbers. Looking at land like we have, I'm hearing of prices that are 900 pesos per square meter higher than what we paid back in April of this year. So look how the price of land in the area has jumped. So very, very, very challenging. So yeah, I just want to kind of go over some of the prices with you. Today's update is going to be focused on tile. We went ahead and laid out all the tile in all the rooms. We have purchased basically a sample of everything, and Wilma said this is going to be her favorite video because she really put a lot of thought into the tile, and yeah, we'll see how that comes out. We're going to go up and shoot that now. And then last thing I want to mention is tomorrow, being Sunday, Wilma and I are traveling with, there's 9 of us in total. We're all going to go about 2 hours north of here to the Philippines' largest sandbar. So some dolphin watching, and then there's a large sandbar. We rented a boat for 10, and there's 9 of us. $16 per person for the day, for the boat, for lunch that they cook, soda, water, and then the boat is ours for the day. Take us to the sandbar, and we can go swimming and things like that. So that's a deal, I think. So looking forward to that. I'm going to do my best to shoot a video for you guys of that Philippines' largest sandbar, and we'll get up to the work site and get you guys the update on the tile. Okay, so here in the carport, the house wall on this side is completed. It's rendered, and now they're working on rendering the columns and the beams that go across. And in talking to the guys, that's what takes the time. They said rendering the walls is fairly quick. They use snap lines, and they put a couple layers on, and then they squirt water on it and smooth it all out. But they said what takes the time is to get the columns to look right. So there's scaffolding here in the way, but I'm just going to get close and zoom in. Just look at this column. So they look pretty rough. Here's an example of a column that's not rendered. So it's just poured cement, waiting to be rendered. And then when they get to the step of making it look nice, they say it definitely takes time. So they do still use the snap lines for the corners, and they have square edges to make sure it's nice and square. But just look how smooth that is. And then again, the beams. Very nice work. So here in the dirty kitchen, looks like they have the hollow block walls completed. So again, good progress. You can see this is going to be the prep for the potential solar. So this is where one of the pull boxes will go, and it's either going to be 2 or 3 strands of 1-inch PVC embedded in the wall. So we're going to go ahead and prep for that. That was a suggestion made by 2 of the 3 site surveys with the solar companies. So we're going to go ahead and do that pre-work. But here in the column, you can see this is the rough of the column. So they throw that wet cement, let it dry, and then get a little closer to one that's completed. They actually got this one done yesterday. So this is the completed column. So again, very nice, real good workmanship. And this is the outside of the house. So this is part of the dirty kitchen. I mean, just look at the lines going up. It's just so straight to the eye. So I am very pleased with the quality of the rendering. And then same thing here on the pergola side of the house. The hollow blocks themselves have been rendered, and now they're working on the columns, and then eventually they'll get to the beams as well. And I think I mentioned this before, but I'll just mention it again. Above all the windows, you'll see rebar sticking out, and that's for the awnings that'll go. They'll build concrete awnings that'll go over top of all the windows. So that's why you'll see rebar, and it's still rough over each of the windows, because they will be building concrete awnings to go over all the windows in the home. So here in the main kitchen area, you can see they're just starting today to punch through. So what they do is they mark where the box will be, the electrical box, and then they take the drill and then they drill right through, and then they'll drill to the other side because they're going to punch all the way through. But you can see they're starting to work on the roughing of the electrical in the kitchen area. So this happens to be the back of the house by the dirty kitchen. So I just want to one more time just show you guys how straight this wall is. It's just amazing to me that with just some snap lines and a piece of angle iron, they can get this wall, to my eye, perfectly straight. So I'll do it one more time, and it's just so smooth and straight. So that's definitely some workmanship. All right, so like I said in the intro, this is definitely going to be Wilma's favorite episode. So the columns, talked about it many times. So this is the stone that we picked for the 4 columns in front of the home, as well as the 5th column, which is the outside column of the carport. We'll dress up with this type of stone in a random pattern. I've actually worked with this material before, so there's definitely a method to lay this tile. You basically you buy it all and you lay it out, and some are thicker than others, and then some has different colors in it, so you don't want to put all the, say, whites all together in one area. You want it to be a random pattern and obviously level as it goes up. So this is what we picked for the 5 columns, and there's still a discussion if we need, just to make it look even, this column right here to also be dressed up with this type of rock. So we're not sure yet, so we're going to leave that open, but for sure we're going to be doing the 4 main columns of the home, and then the one for the carport with this this product. And then once it's installed, we'll put a good sealer on it, and that'll darken it as well. All right, so the sun shining, and you can see here Sandy is taking a walk over the tile. But here's the color for the 2 spare bedrooms. So it's wood planking look, and it's a gray tint to it. And our furniture, our wardrobes, is all gray, so it will match. And then here is the tile that we picked for the main living area, which you guys, or some of you guys, got a chance to vote on. So this is a gloss tile, so it'll be easy to clean. And this is more of a textured feel. So this is, I would consider this non-slip. But that'll be the transition. So this type of tile right here will be throughout the main living area, okay, as well as this little hallway. So it'll be this color, and then both spare bedrooms will transition to this wood planking. Okay, so we're here in the spare bathroom. So here is the tile that Wilma picked out for the floor. It's a matte finish, and then the wall tile. So the wall tile will go up, I believe, to the 6-foot level and go all the way around the spare bathroom, and then the shower wall on both sides. And you can see they're working on the soap dish today in the wall of the shower. But this is the look. Now we're going to ask the question, since this is a matte finish, and this is definitely non-slip, it's a little gritty, if we can seal this or not. So maybe you guys know, so comment below. But we're going to ask the contractor, since this is a matte finish, would it be worthwhile to try to seal this tile or not? So here is the transition from the main living area to the master bedroom. So it's a similar tile as the two spares. It's just a wood grain and the sun is on it. So again, I don't know if that's washing it out, but it's a wood grain, more of a brownish compared to the gray for the two spares. And then this is what the transition will look like coming from the main living area to the master. So very similar to the spare bathroom is the master bath. So Wilma picked out the same tile. So it's that nice beige color with the tan, but the only difference is in the spare bathroom, we're only going up 6 feet and then carrying that 6 feet all the way around the spare bathroom. And then above the 6 feet, will it'll all be skim coated and painted. But here in the master, Wilma wants to spend the additional dollars, and you know, it's okay with me to take this tile here, the wall tile, all the way up to the 9-foot level, all the way around to the 9-foot level, including the shower wall in the master. However, here where the his and her sinks will be, right here, we chose this, I call it travertine, but they call it here Mactin stone. So it's porous, so we're gonna have to seal this. And we don't wanna put this in the shower where there's gonna be constant water running on it. And I'm sure you could, but we're gonna use this travertine / Mactin stone here on this wall. So as you enter the master bathroom, there'll be his and her sinks, and then this Mactin stone will go all the way up and across to the 9-foot level. So there's basically going to be 3 types of tile here. It'll be the solid beige for the floor, that nice tannish for the walls, except this wall. We will go and use this travertine. And then we will also cap off here the ends with the travertine as well. And then we'll pick up over here, we'll pick up with this tile. All right, so like I said in the intro, there's a lot of different tastes in tile selection, especially in the Philippines. I mean, you walk into some homes and you just see some real crazy color combinations, and you'll see like a design on the floor, then they do a different design on the wall, which is, you know, kind of opposite for what I'm used to. You know, typically if you have any design on the floor, you do solids on the wall, and then vice versa. If you do a solid floor, then you do some type of a design tile on the wall. Never 2 designs, floor and wall. But you can see how subtle the tile is for the floor of the main living area. So I've said it many times, it's going to be throughout the whole kitchen and living area, this tile. It's a little bit of tan, you got some white in it, a little darker browns, and a couple of the veins. And that's really going to bring out our furniture and the design of the kitchen. Because again, the cabinets are going to be pure white. White. And then Wilma picked out, as you guys know, that beautiful white granite. So now, if we're going to do a light tan wall or a white wall with white cabinets with white granite, that's too much white. So we had to mix it up a little bit. So we will get some color, not much because it's subtle, in the floor. And then you guys also know that the cabinet for the island will be a tan color to match the floor. So that'll bring some color in. But then about, I would say 2 months ago, I grabbed an example of a backsplash tile. And when Wilma first saw it, I'll tell you what she told me. She said, hell no. That's what she said. Because her taste is very similar to mine, and you know, she's not big on crazy tile. But I explained with all the white, because we talked about having a white backsplash, and that would just be too much white. So I'm going to bring Wilma in now, and I'm going to show you what I picked. And we've had this tile in our home for about 2 months now. So you can see the tan swirls into white, and here it is repeated. You got very similar colors here, and then some tans. So this is a little busy, and you know, of course, this looks really good horizontal as a backsplash. Now the backsplash is only 60 cm, so from the top of the granite to the bottom of the top cabinets. So there's not a lot of tile. And then there's a pantry here that comes out 54 centimeters. So you're only talking that tile, the hell no tile that Wilma said, from here coming across, and then ending here at the refrigerator. And then we would have to discuss if we take it up or not behind the vent of the stove. So it's not a lot of tile, maybe 20 tops. So this is actually growing on Wilma a little bit, and I actually showed my family this on FaceTime, and you know, I showed them all the tile, and I saved this one for last. Like I said, I've had this one in our house now probably 2 months, and I showed my sister, and she said, I love it. And I said, wow, I didn't think you would say that. And I asked her why. And she said, well, you're going to have white cabinets, you're going to have white granite countertops, the floor is a very subtle color. It's going to look a little too white. And having a little color that will match, because our furniture is also this color, dark brown, on espresso. So it's starting to grow on Wilma. Now this is subject to change because I'm going to let her make the final decision. But I'm very curious what you guys think about the tile selections, as well as the one tile that Greg picked for the backsplash for the kitchen. All right, so last but not least, the dirty kitchen selection. So Will and I picked out the granite that we're going to use for the dirty kitchen. So I'm going to go ahead and show you a picture of that. Okay, so that granite is got some white and gray speckles throughout. Looks really nice. So it's kind of a gray theme. So this will be all concreted, and then we'll tile it in, and then there'll be that gray countertops basically going the entire length to that column right there that's sticking out. And from this doorway to that column is, I think it's 520 centimeters. So it's a long span. So I think the granite countertops are going to get two 240s or 480 centimeters, 4.8 meters. So it's a long span. But this whole back area here will be tiled in. And here is the tile that we picked. So it won't be there. Obviously, it's going to be out here into the dirty kitchen area. But you can see it's grayish. Hopefully hides the dirt. It's got a texture to it, but yet, you know, still relatively smooth. Should hide the dirt. Not that the dirty kitchen will be dirty, but we're also going to try to seal this. So we got to talk about getting a nice seal on this. But that's what we chose, basically because the granite that we found and that we liked has that gray tone to it. Just look how blue that ocean looks today. Just amazing. So you guys had a chance to see all the tile that we picked out. So comment below what you guys think. Any comments on sealing those two matte type tiles. Can that be done, yes or no? Because we want the non-slip the mat provides for the shower and the dirty kitchen. And then a special comment on the one tile that I picked, the backsplash. Let me know what you guys think about that with all the white that the kitchen is going to be, to try to break it up a little bit. But just be gentle.